Good evening, Tiger Nation, and welcome to today's Breck Live coverage as the Fighting Tigers are going to be taking on the Red Devils of Owensboro High School. I am Lincoln Smith, joined here by an esteemed guest, the one and only Shelby Tivett.
Hello, everyone. What is up?
You are or one of the team managers, I believe, of the Fighting Tigers. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
I sure am.
And looks like going to be a little bit of an error there. Couldn't really tell. Looked like Henning kind of had to dive out of the way for that line drive right at him. And going to advance the first runner of the game so far, as Logan Henning going to be on the mound here for the Fighting Tigers. His ERA currently sitting at 2.94. Not bad at all on 16 innings pitched, and we're going to see what he can get done here. Again, starting for the Tigers. Although giving up, I'm assuming it's going to be attributed as a hit on his first batter of the game. Either way, should be a pretty good one here. I guess I said evening, but it is still, I guess, technically morning at 11:52 a.m., soon to be afternoon, as that second pitch there going to be hit foul down the third baseline. So looking to be a pretty aggressive start here for the Red Devils, who have not had the best of seasons. Currently sitting at, I believe, a 5-19 record, yes. And they are currently, I believe, 11th in the third region. So things could be going better for the Red Devils.
We will see what happens today, that's for sure.
So what do you think of this pitching, I guess, rotation start for Logan Henning here at the top of the first?
You know, it's looking pretty good. Pretty promising. The count is 1-1 right now for Logan. But I'm excited. He does a really good job, and he's definitely not afraid to pitch.
That's for sure. And you saw him just throw strike two there to that outside corner. We saw that pitch a lot yesterday from Wyatt Burnett. And who does it look like we have up for the Red Devils right now? I could not see the number from my angle.
That is number 7, Caden Ray.
Caden Ray.
He appears to be an 8th grader.
Indeed. Okay.
Playing varsity.
And Ray batting 278 here on the season, so not bad at all again for an 8th grader. So I'm sure the Red Devils going to be happy to have him the next few years here. So 1-2 count for Logan Henning. That one a little breaking ball to the outside corner. It's going to be popped up to right.
Be a miss by Jared Harned to catch that, but thrown in time to get him out at second.
Let's see. And who was the first batter up for the Red Devils? I'm not 100% sure on that one either.
Looks like 8, maybe?
8? Okay. That's a good guess. I like that.
Yeah, maybe.
That's perhaps Connor Hallmark, batting 194 on the season. Had to make a little bit of a choice there, whether or not he was going to run on that fly ball. Fortunately, it was not caught, so his decision to tag up was a bit of a futile one, as it was dropped. So force out at second, able to pick up the first out of the inning, as Logan Henning going to make a throw over to Wyatt Burnett at first.
We've got number 5, Ethan Gibson, up to bat for the Red Devils. He's a senior.
And he is currently leading the Red Devils in batting average at a 367, so that's pretty good numbers for him. One of only 2 Red Devils with a home run so far this season, as he's going to watch strike one go by there. Either way, the Red Devils looking to get something going here offensively after picking quick out there after a base hit. Either way, 0-1 pitch on the way. That one going to be a little bit low and outside, I think. Pretty good framing there by Drew Harding, but going to be called ball 1. So now we got a nice 1-1-1 line on the board there, once it pops up, of course. We do have to apologize for the camera angle. It has been a little bit off today, as that pitch well in the dirt there. It's going to get away from Drew Harding. And runner at first, not going to advance, even though it looked like they would have had plenty of time.
Got Coach Jeremy Bennett making his way to the mound to talk to his pitcher, Logan Henning.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure exactly why. It hasn't been a horrendous display so far here. Only 3 batters in. And looks like they're talking some stuff out. Kind of hard to tell.
So this is definitely a first for Jeremy Bennett to be out on the field as early as it is.
Yeah, we haven't seen this a lot, and it looks like he's got some
sass.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be particularly happy about something, as players moving back to their positions in the infield. And not sure what we've got. Is the count currently 2-1 right now? Okay. Just wanted to make sure as the scoreboard had not read that out there in center left, but Again, only 3 batters in, already with timeout called by Coach Bennett. And we're just going to have to see how things progress here for the Fighting Tigers defense, as they are definitely looking to try and get some stuff going here, going into the postseason tournament. As Henning going to throw that one in the dirt. Harding's going to pick it up, throw to second. No play at the bag, though. Runner going to make it with plenty of time to spare. As now a 3-1 count here for, I believe it is Gibson, yes?
Yes, Gibson is still batting.
So opportunity for him to maybe swing at one if it's in a good position, or he could simply watch it go by here. Now, runner on second will not advance on a walk, but we'll have a couple runners on, only one out on the board. Would be a pretty good look for the Red Devils so far. It's a pretty interesting day so far. We've seen some wind gusts, but it hasn't been like an overall really windy day, as that pitch going to be fouled off hard down the third baseline there. So now full count here for Gibson, but again, not a particularly windy day. There have been some interesting gusts. Hopefully it does not turn this dungeon under the stairs into the oven that it was yesterday. We saw some interesting stuff. Either way, full count now. One out on the board. And Henning going to throw ball 4 there, just a little bit outside the zone. So that's going to walk a second runner on base now. As stepping up now for the Red Devils, the lefty, number 24, Blake Kimbrell, currently batting .304 on the season. And he has 17 hits on 56 at-bats, so definitely not a bad display from him so far this season. Either way, still only one out on the board, so the Tigers looking to get something going defensively, as Red Devils not really having to do a ton of work. Kimbrell going to swing at strike 1 there.
We've got a lot of movement on second base with that runner. Got Isaac Seeger hanging in pretty tight, see if he's going to advance or not.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be too surprised, honestly, to see Henning throw back to that bag there as far as he stepped off. We saw, I believe, at least 1, perhaps 2 pickoffs as runners advancing towards second yesterday, at least on steal attempts from the Fighting Tigers defense. Either way, 1-1 count. That
Nice
ball going to
hit.
be ripped into the gap there.
Ooh, good. Eric Barr with the catch.
And Eric was shifted over a long way to the right side of the field here, as that's going to be a really solid catch. It's going to keep both runners on first and second. It's going to pick up the second out. So that ball hit pretty convincingly there by Blake Kimbrell. Either way, stepping up now for the Red Devils, we've got number 12, Elijah Hampton, who is currently batting .324 on the season. Fighting Tigers looking to close out the top of the first here, giving up no runs, as that is exactly what they need going into this one. Very nice pitch there by Logan Henning. Looked like a little change up, as Hampton a little bit early on that one. So going to be strike 1 for him. Either way, Henning looking to open up the arsenal of pitches here to start picking up some outs early.
Another swing by Hampton. Count is 0-2.
So that's a really nice pitch there from Logan Henning. Both of those very different velocities, I think, threw off Hampton a decent bit there. So either way, 2 outs on the board, 2 strikes on the board. This one could be a good one, and nicely pitched there by Henning. Looked like maybe a little change up there. Hampton way ahead once again, so it's going to pick up the third out on a strikeout. Really solid play there by Logan Henning in the top of the first, as the Fighting Tigers defense going to do a nice job. And it is currently about lunchtime, and this is a conversation that many of us at Breck Live have had on multiple occasions. We occasionally do some very in-depth research of some of the schools that we've played against, and eventually the school lunch menus of teams were brought into question. So I must ask you what your favorite school lunch menu item is.
From our school lunch?
Yes.
Oh.
We asked Skylar yesterday. I believe she said the fries and the school pizza were her personal favorites. I was more of a calzone guy. I don't know what your preference is for school lunch.
Oh, let me think. Honestly, if I'm being honest, because I want to be honest,
I understand that.
Honestly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I would have to say, I don't know, the barbecue sandwich be hitting sometimes. Pretty good stuff.
That's a good point, yeah.
But also, when you get the fries and you somehow find salt in your hand,
Yeah.
it's just hits different.
That's magical for sure. having a little bit of salt to throw on honestly anything is fantastic. As looks like we've got Caden Ray, who we saw up to bat for the Red Devils, on the mound today with an ERA of 12.38. So Fighting Tigers definitely going to look to get the bats moving here. We may be able to get a look at Ray's velocity here on the mound. I'm not for sure yet, but believe we're going to have the same or similar order to yesterday as Isaac Seeger and Cole Proctor in those first two batting positions. That one, little breaking ball there. Radar gun saying 66 miles per hour, so that one definitely a hittable pitch. As we're going to see what Ray's got in the bag here. On 13 innings pitched, he's got a 12.38 ERA, allowing 25 hits. So the Tigers, if they can get the bats rolling here, could definitely get something going offensively, and I think get a lot of momentum going after a little bit of a slow start there defensively in the top of the first, but I think they've definitely got it in them to get it going here.
We've got junior Isaac Seeger up to bat, number 7.
And I believe he had a couple very good contact attempts yesterday. Actually, our stats were never posted yesterday from the game, so it's a little unfortunate. But again, the Fighting Tigers took a 15-5 win over Owensboro County in 5 innings. So it was a very good one there. As Isaac Seeger here, again, like you said, in the leadoff position. And I'm sure you know all these players very well, so I'm sure you know what they are capable of.
I do. They are good friends of mine.
Indeed. As this, again, also a group of people I am somewhat familiar with myself, as, you know, we all go to the same school.
We do.
So Seeger going to foul off that first pitch from Ray there. Looked like a little off-speed pitch either way. 0-1 now. Oh, wow, that was a nice little breaking ball in there. Looked like a little curve kind of dropped out of the sky there. Hit the strike zone, still with a little velocity on it either way. 0-2 now for Seeger, who we know if he hits one in the field can certainly pick up extra bases. He's going to swing at strike 3 there. That pitch a little bit inside. Looked like it jammed him up. And Seeger going to go down swinging there. So first out of the inning for the Fighting Tigers. Either way, Cole Proctor steps up, who I know is a good friend of Isaac's. Definitely a very solid bit of chemistry between all of these baseball players. You know, they've all got a lot of love for one another. Either way, Proctor now stepping up here. And that one called strike 1 there. Pretty solid pitch by Ray. Just going to find the outside corner there. It was in an interesting enough position, but so far throwing 4 strikes on 4 pitches as Proctor
nice hit down the line.
Gonna hit that curveball there as it dropped in, and he eyed it perfectly, knocked that one right there across second base, and that is going to get a nice little single for him as Harding now steps up. And we saw Cole Proctor yesterday had a grand slam against the Wildcats of Edmonson County with the bases loaded. Was able to jack one over that left field fence.
And that was his first home run / grand slam of the season.
Indeed. And that was a pretty awesome thing to be able to see, honestly. Definitely exciting here in the booth, getting to watch that one go down. Either way, Drew Harding now steps up for the Fighting Tigers with a 349 average on the season. He's going to watch ball 1 there. That pitch in a very similar position to the one called strike 1 in the last at-bat. Either way, 1-0 count here for Harding, who we know has a good eye at the plate and is a very good contact hitter, but also does have 6 home runs to his name so far this season. As Ray going to throw over there to first, and Cole Proctor going to slide back in. Plenty of time to spare.
Count 1-0 to Drew Harding.
Indeed. As we know, both the first 2 batters, Seeger and Proctor, both have a lot of speed out there with their base running potential. And we know they could certainly take an opportunity to steal, as that one looked to be in a very similar spot to those other 2 pitches. That one is going to be called strike. So 1-1 count now for Harding, who has actually been walked 13 times this season. So, you know, he is watching anything he doesn't want to hit. And that one would have been, I think, a pretty difficult one to make good contact with. So pretty difficult to say whether or not you should swing at that one as a batter. But that is kind of the hallmark of a good pitch, really. Throwing one in a place where a batter is unsure whether or not they should swing. And the Red Devils putting on a very solid performance so far for what their record may have indicated going into this one. But we know baseball, a very fickle sport, can change very quickly. Either way, 1-2 count here for Harding as strike 2 going by there. Again, Cole Proctor over there on first. Fighting Tigers looking to get some people moving around the bases here. As Ray going to throw that one a little bit outside in the dirt. So have there been any batting trends that you guys have noticed so far this season? Like as far as how much momentum affects like batting percentage, or just generally anything that you get excited for whenever you see people at the plate for the Tigers?
Oh, I honestly do not understand the question other than I don't understand.
Okay. Like, whenever you see certain batters step up to the plate, do you think with runners on they're going to bat at a higher percentage?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
That was definitely something that I found interesting, and I think it shows a lot in the seniors being able to step up there when it's an important moment and be able to get things done. For example, we just had Drew Harding there, who unfortunately flew out over there in foul territory. But again, we have another senior stepping up here with Eric Barr at the plate. And again, runner on first, so definitely opportunity to get somebody moving around here. As Ray throwing another very convincing fastball in there to the outside corner, going to be called strike 1.
Got Cole Proctor getting a big lead off of first. Ray's not too concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was. He was concerned.
It seems like you spoke directly to Ray with that one.
I was just letting him know. Cole got a big lead.
It's like, hello there, Mr. Ray. We've got somebody over there, just about outside the dirt circle there.
Yep.
Either way, 0-1 pitch here to Eric Barr. Cole Proctor gonna make his way over to second, and a wild pitch there nearly had him moving towards third, but not quite able to be corralled there. Looks like number 12 catching for the Red Devils. That is Elijah Hampton. Either way, now going to go up and have a nice little conversation with his pitcher following that one. So 1-1 count here, 2 outs on the board. Eric Barr here at the plate, currently batting pretty solid .268 on the season. No home runs yet to his name. There's always a possibility we may see one from him today. We know he's got a lot of power there at the plate. Just hasn't quite been able to make the perfect contact yet. Either way, 1-1 count here with Proctor in scoring position. And looks like they're not doing a ton out there at second to cover the bag, so I'm not really seeing a lot of anticipation for a throw. Either way, 1-2 now. Is Barr going to foul that one off? And we are going to see if the Tigers can maybe get some runs going here. Ray has done a very good job throwing strikes so far in this game. 1-2 on the way. That one
looked really good, but they're going to call that a little inside.
Yeah. It was I'm assuming a curveball there. Definitely caught the inside edge a little bit. It was definitely in question whether or not that one was a strike. We haven't seen a lot of pitches in that realm so far in this game, so it's hard to say how the ump's going to call it, but Barr going to go down swinging at strike 3 there, and that is just a little bit unfortunate there for the senior, as Cole Proctor did make it over there to second at some point, but no runs scored here for the Fighting Tigers early on. No runs scored by the Red Devils as well. And I believe we are going to jump in at the 5th spot in their lineup. So it has certainly been a fantastic day here so far. A nice, pleasant Saturday afternoon now here at Tiger Field. And beautiful weather patterns. Do you have any fun plans for today after this baseball game?
Well, let me see. As of now, I do not until 5 p.m. on the dot. I have vacation Bible school practice because I have to learn dance moves for children.
All right.
Yeah.
Dance moves are always fun.
Yeah.
Love to get into a good dance every once in a while. Can you do the worm? That's one of my favorite dance moves personally.
I cannot. Only person I know that can do the worm, who also attends Breckinridge County, would be Matthew Loughran.
Oh yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen Matthew do the worm before. I've done it in the past. I don't typically bust it out during general.
You must bust it out
Must
now.
bust it out. I gotta throw out the worm here at Tiger Field down in this little cramped dungeon. We're commentating it. But yeah, Vacation Bible School sounds like fun. I used to do that a good bit back as a youngster
Youngin.
myself. Yeah, as a young lad, as they're saying these days, or not as they're not saying these days. I should say, as some people say these days.
As Lincoln Smith says these days,
Yeah.
a young lad.
A young lad. A young Lincoln Smith may have done dance moves at Vacation Bible School, but either way, I think the rest of my plans for the day might involve doing some mowing, I guess, is probably something I might do. Maybe cook some food.
Food sounds good.
Guess we'll have to find out. Either way, hitting here, throwing the first pitch at the top of the second. That one beamed to right field.
That's a great spot to hit the ball because
That's like
usually chilling over there.
That's like triple territory there.
Yep.
And yep, he is
He's
making his
calling
way
that
to
a triple.
third.
Good. Oh,
Wow.
good stop. Good backup by Logan Henning.
You cannot put a ball into a better position if you want to try and make it all the way to third. And no play even there at the bag. I mean, that was just hit perfectly where it needed to be. As that is Zach Beecham over there in right field, I believe. And
I think that's Mr. Adam Howe.
it is okay. I think you are correct on that assessment. I had assumed it was Beecham to begin with, but no.
Got Dylan Blair for the Red Devils, number 3, up to bat.
That pitch going to be in the dirt from Henning there. So now a base hit given on the first pitch of both innings here for Henning, unfortunately. And let's see, I believe it was number 20 who hit that one for the Red Devils, and that is Kendrick Williams, who's batting .245 on the season. So I'm sure that's going to help the average a little bit there, as that was his first triple of the season. In fact, the first triple for any of the Red Devils this season, so that's pretty impressive. As ground ball there, going to come down to Cole Proctor. He's going to throw over to Burnett at first and pick up the first out. That's a really solid out there.
Proctor checked third to see if Williams would be running home, and he stayed put.
Indeed. As that was Blair there, who's going to ground out over there to third. He's batting .136 on the season, so nice heads-up defensive play there by Cole Proctor to watch the runner at third, make sure he didn't do anything too nefarious, and able to make the throw on over there to first. As that ball going to be hit over there into that right field area as well. Hal having some difficulty fielding that one.
Hal's going to throw that into second in a pass ball not caught by Isaac Seeger.
So that one, a little unfortunate break there, going to score a run for the Red Devils. As now we've got up for them number 22, Evan Hampton, currently batting .182 on the season. As Red Devils jumping ahead now with a quick lead here in the top of the second, only one out on the board, runner on second. As Henning went for the little breaking ball in there, just didn't quite break enough back into the zone. It's a little bit inside, called ball one. Let's see what he's got in the tank now, trying to make some recovery plays with a runner on and perhaps an aggressive batter in the batter's box here. He's going to throw ball two there. Looked like, again, another pretty close to the strike zone pitch, just a little bit too far inside. So we're going to have to see what the Fighting Tigers defense can get done. There were a few interesting lapses, I'm sure you could call them, that we saw yesterday against the Wildcats. Particularly there, I think, was it top of the second that things sort of fell apart defensively for the Fighting Tigers, and then we were able to recover a little bit, but there were some wild throws. I don't know.
Yes.
Don't know if you had any commentary on that. Either way, Isaac Seeger or Cole Proctor going to pick up that ground ball there. Going to throw to Burnett at first. It's going to hold the runner at second. So that's now 2 outs on the board. And that's 2 really solid defensive plays there to hold runners in the top of the second.
Got Connor Hallmark up to bat. He's a sophomore for the Red Devils.
And Hallmark here batting .194 on the season, I believe. Is this back to the top of the order now for the Red Devils?
I'm thinking so.
I believe so. 2 outs on the board here. Top of the second. 1 run already scored by the Red Devils. Ground ball over there. Another one to Proctor at third. He's going to throw to Burnett at first.
It's 3 up, 3 down.
And they picked up the exact same out on all 3 outs.
Yes. Cole Proctor did a great job fielding
Yeah.
this inning.
Great defensive work there by him to keep some action going, as Fighting Tigers now looking to make some recovery after a bit of a slow offensive start, and then some pretty solid defensive work. A couple blunders there by Hal out in right field, but those things are generally pretty acceptable as a newcomer on the field. I'm sure it's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking to come in with 2 pretty much line drives coming right at you,
Yep.
and then having to dive all the way over there to the foul pole just to recover that one particular ball. The sky looking pretty clear today, a few clouds, but pretty blue overall, and still not really a lot of wind here. Feeling around at the window, not really much we got going for us here. No breeze.
Not much of a breeze at all.
Indeed. So let's see. It looks like we are going to keep Ray on the mound here, and I don't really see a reason they should take him out. I mean, he's done a really solid job so far pitching. I believe he's only given up 1 hit to the Fighting Tigers, although if he throws that pitch to a batter, we're going to have to see some interesting work if he wants to get anything done with that pitch. Either way, that one, not sure if y'all caught that on the camera, but a little bit in the dirt, as we've seen that one thrown a few times on the softball diamond, but I think it's a little bit more excusable, because if you accidentally release the ball early in softball, you can throw it into the dirt almost immediately.
Yes.
We saw that pitch thrown a few times last weekend as the Lady Tigers took on Whitesville Trinity, as well as, I believe, Owensboro High School then as well.
Got a lot going on upstairs with the music.
Indeed. It's a little
stressing me out.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell what we got going on up there.
There's not a pro up there playing the music.
That's true. We know you are one of the icons of Tiger sports at doing just about anything of that nature. Either way, first pitch on the way here for Jared Harned. He's going to watch ball 1 go by there, a little bit in the dirt. Pretty good eye on Jared as he got the base hit that scored 2 RBI/RSBI to end the game against the Wildcats yesterday. He's going to watch strike 1 go by there. It's now 1-1 count here for Jared Harned, who's batting .267 on the season. Currently batting in, I believe, the 5th spot for the Fighting Tigers.
It's a high pitch. Going to be called a ball. Counts 2-1 to Jared Harned.
Who we know, if he gets one in the field, can also get around to second base if he puts it in the right positions. Is that one, I'm not really sure about the contact on that. It sounded really solid, but it came off totally dead. Just a little fly ball there over to second base, caught relatively easily. This is going to be the first out of the inning for the Fighting Tigers as Wyatt Burnett steps up now after a very solid pitching performance yesterday against the Wildcats. He's going to come in here, try and get something done offensively, and he's currently batting .225 on the season.
Big swing by Wyatt, going to come up short.
I was going to say, if he would have contacted one with that sort of swing, it definitely could have gone places. Either way, 0-1 count for him. And we will have to see what he can do. Going to take another big cut at one there. Looks like maybe just caught it off the end of the barrel. Going to foul that one off. So 0-2 now for him. So Ray still doing a very solid job on the mound here of just throwing some strikes. And going to see what he's got in the bag here. Maybe a little curveball, and
Be strike 3 for Wyatt Burnett.
it's Wyatt taking some big cuts there, just unable to make any great contact with it. And hopefully Fighting Tigers can get the bats rolling a little bit here. Maybe get some confidence going. I'm sure it would also help as well on the defensive end, as Cameron Shaw is going to step up after, I believe, he came in to score twice yesterday against the Wildcats. First pitch on the way. That one well over his head. For some reason, it's just when Cameron steps up there, pitchers do not want to throw strikes. I don't understand.
Shaw's a great all-around player.
Yeah, that is very true. He can get a hit when he needs to, but I mean, he can also run the bases very well. Does a great job in center field of keeping the ball in front of him and making sure to track down anything that is in his wheelhouse. So 1-1 count as he's going to watch strike 1 go by there. He's going to watch ball 2 go by. That one a little in the dirt. And Cam has a great eye I believe he was walked twice yesterday. So I think that would be now 19 times being walked so far this season.
Wow.
As that one's nearly going to hit him. So now 3-1.
Just hanging out in the box, see if there's anything he can hit.
Yep. Not really a whole lot of reason to swing at one if it's not in the strike zone. So let's see what Shaw's got in him here. And we know if he gets on, he can steal some bases too. And yep, it's going to be a high ball 4. So Cameron Shaw now has been walked 20 times this season. The most of any fighting Tiger. So he has been walked 20 times on 76, 77 at bats, somewhere in that range. So that's pretty outrageous.
He's ready to run, though.
Either way, I think we have Logan hitting up next year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. He's going to watch strike 1 go by there. And I believe he also had a base hit yesterday against the Wildcats. But Cameron over there on first, taking a decently sized lead. So he is going to take off towards second. And it's going to be a slide in there. Kind of hard to see the play. Looked like it got away from the second baseman there a little bit.
Yep.
And we are going to have to see what developments happen next with those. Well, with the runner on second now.
In scoring position.
Indeed. As Logan Henning here, sitting at a 1-1 count. If he's to get walked on, that would also be, not bad. As soon as I say that, of course, Ray going to throw a little bit of a wild pitch there. Cameron going to waltz on over to third. So now a 2-1 count. Henning still chilling at home plate here. And another pitch like that could bring Cameron home if he is in good position to steal. Third baseman not covering the bag, so it does not look like they're going to make a play over there. So the 2-1 on the way. Henning going to foul that one off. Made pretty good contact with it. As couldn't really see exactly where that one ended up. Looked like it went over in the direction of the dugout. The camera actually may have caught it with the way it's been turning. Although it's hard to say with the music being so sporadic and a combination of where the camera's positioned, you never really know where it's going to end up at this point. Oh, wow. So Henning going to go down looking at strike 3 there. Going to leave Cameron Shaw stranded on third. As next up, I did not see in the on-deck circle, I'm going to assume Brett Hinton.
It was actually Luke Huddleston.
Luke Huddleston coming up next for the Fighting Tigers.
Yes.
All right. That
Big,
is pretty awesome, which he is currently batting 200 on the season. So not bad there for him. As Fighting Tigers defense looking to get it done once more. So on a fantastic May day, as we currently have,
Mayday.
I feel obligated to ask, what is your favorite month of the year? Of the 12 fantastic months, 365 days.
Except on leap year.
Yeah, I mean, technically,
You must count her.
Technically, I think the number of days in a year is like 365.25625. I think that is the almost exact number. So there's actually a very interesting thing we'll do where we have like a leap day get skipped every like 200 years or something. It's really weird. Either way, what of the 12 months is your personal favorite?
Such a dramatic question. I never think about these things until put on the spot, and then I'm like, I don't know, but I will give you an answer.
All right.
I would have to say probably about, I'm thinking July.
Okay.
I've got a lot of good memories in July, and I'm just like, why not July?
Yeah, that's definitely a fair enough point. Yeah, generally I think the reason people enjoy a lot of things is just happy memories associated with them. Man, it would be really hard for me to say because I enjoy large chunks of the year. But I think October, definitely one of my favorite months because A, I love Halloween.
Good times.
And B, the weather is just awesome.
It is.
I love when it's like that 60 to 70 degree range in there. It feels just fantastic outside.
Yes, I would have to agree with that as well.
It's also great golf weather, which,
Big golfer over here,
Yeah.
Lincoln Smith.
Yeah, I love to get into that. Either way, Henning going to throw a couple quick strikes there. As
Early on.
Let's see who we got. I believe it is Caden Ray, the pitcher, up now for the Red Devils. Going to watch a couple go by early. May see the breaking ball come in here from Henning, and looked like he tried to throw something a little interesting there. Ended up putting it in the dirt a few feet before the plate. But still only 1-2, so not bad for him. Going to see what he can get done here, as it would be certainly useful to pick up a quick out, as the Fighting Tigers have had some difficulties doing that here early on. Little breaking ball there, going to be grounded to Cole Proctor, who picks it up, launches over to first. Burnett going to catch that one with relative ease.
Another great play by Cole Proctor.
And kind of had to stop and wonder yesterday after a few wild throws if maybe people, or not necessarily people, but the infielders weren't used to Jared Harned being over there at first since Wyatt was pitching. It was almost like maybe they were, all the throws that came in were too high other than one that was in the dirt.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense to why. Because Jared's just a little bit shorter than Wyatt Burnett.
Yeah, Wyatt is a very tall and very athletic person. Not saying Jared is not athletic, but Wyatt is, I'd say, at least a good 5-6 inches taller than Jared. So it's a little bit of a difference. Is that ball going to be hit hard left center? Popped up a little bit too much. Cameron Shaw going to track it down. Going to pick up out number 2 there.
Looking good for the Tigers this inning. We're looking for one more out.
And if they're able to find one here, that would certainly be useful, as that would put us into the middle of the third and pretty good standing. Still down 1 run, but given the number of times contact has been made by the Red Devils, that would not be the worst thing ever. So stepping up now for them is, I believe, Blake Kimbrell. We're going to see what he can get done at the plate here. That one, line drive shot just outside of the reach of Isaac Seeger, so it's going to pick up a little single for him. Nice little recovery play there by Eric Barr to step in and field that one. So still 2 outs on the board after a very solid base hit there by Kimbrell. As now we've got Elijah Hampton coming up once again with a .324 average on the season, so not bad for him. As again, Kimbrell over there on first, so another opportunity for Owensboro to maybe knock in some runs here. Kimbrell only with 2 stolen bases and 2 stolen bases attempted on the season, but he is going to take off towards second. Harding going to fire a throw in there, and it looked like they'd got him there, but I suppose they called him safe. I think Isaac caught that with time to spare before the runner got in. I guess maybe he just missed the tag. I don't know.
Say it was like a hop that Isaac caught and tagged, but they're not going to call that an out.
Yeah, okay. Not really sure about that call, but I think that was ball 1 on the pitch there to Hampton it is. And let's see. Currently saying 1-1 on the scoreboard. And let's see. I thought 2-0 was the count, but either way, see what Hampton's got going here after a solid stolen base there by Kimbrell to make it to second, although either not with much time to spare or with a decent stroke of luck to not get tagged, because, Drew made a really solid throw there from behind the plate.
He was quick to get it up and throw it.
Mm-hmm. And he has done a great job of that so far this season. They've picked off several runners trying to make it over to second. So the 1-2 on the way, and Henning nearly going to hit him there. As Hampton definitely going to want to watch that one go by. A swing at that pitch, particularly falling away from it like that, would not be the most orthodox play in baseball history, as Harding going to pick that one up a little bit in the dirt. So now full count. Looked to maybe make the throw over to second there, but
no one covering.
No, nobody on the bag.
Got a full count to Hampton.
Full count, 2 outs. We know anything can happen in one of these particular situations. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss there by Hampton is going to bring the Fighting Tigers out of the top of the third. Still with a 1-0 deficit. And not a bad start defensively, as just now the wind has decided.
She's gusting.
Indeed. It's quickly gone from non-existent to now straight into our face, which I'm sure could impact the outlook on this game. Either way, Fighting Tigers now at the bottom of the order, going to have Luke Huddleston, as you said, coming up. So that should be pretty enjoyable to see, and then we will be back to the top of the order with Isaac Seeger and Cole Proctor coming in. So Logan Henning now with a few good innings pitching to his name. Not really a lot of complaints. I mean, the Red Devils have made contact several times, but I think Henning has done a very, very good job. I don't think he's had any walks so far this game. I don't know. Not really a ton to complain about now. I'm sure the Fighting Tigers would like to have the bats going a little bit better here, as Ray so far has put on a very solid performance for having a 12 ERA. I mean, that's not bad at all given the overall context of this game so far, and I'm sure probably some difficult performances. And we will have to see what Ray's got in the bag here against the very bottom and then back to the top of the order for the Fighting Tigers on this just fantastic Saturday afternoon.
To be completely honest, I'm not sure what grade our Luke Huddleston is in.
Really? Okay. Is it? I believe it would be on the roster.
I'm thinking freshman, but I'm not sure.
That's a solid guess. I will pull it up just to find out, because that is, I believe, something we are capable of doing. So let's see. Huddleston is actually listed as a sophomore.
Oh, I was wrong. Great dude, though.
We do all have those times when we were wrong, and I mean, a lot of charisma on this Fighting Tigers team, as is the case with many of the Fighting Tigers athletics. A lot of charisma on the teams and a lot of chemistry between the players, although that could be a small town thing. I don't know. But they've got a lot of emotionally charged gameplay ready to go at all times. Either way, we are now entering into the bottom of the third here. Fighting Tigers still at a 1-0 deficit against the Red Devils of Owensboro High School. Luke Huddleston now at the plate for the Fighting Tigers. Caden Ray going to throw the first pitch there. Well high, and going to be called ball one. So definitely a very solid eye there by Huddleston to not swing at that one. So 1-0 count here, and of course Isaac Seeger will follow up. Second pitch on the way. Going to check the swing there, and they are, I believe, going to give him the strike call. So going to be a 1-1 count now for Huddleston. Third pitch on the way. Fires that one in there. That one looked to be a little bit outside, but going to be called strike two. So now 1-2 count here for Huddleston. Probably going to have to battle if he wants to get on base here.
Huddleston tends to just kind of get thrown into the game. It's not a very consistent DH, but
we've swapped around the bottom of the order a few times this season with who comes in at that ninth batting position. I mean, it's been Brett Hinton several times. Luke Huddleston's done it, I believe. Chase Hardesty.
Yes.
Even Camden DeWitt, I think, a couple of times. But Huddleston there going to go down to strike three. And I'm sure it's got to hurt your consistency a little bit, not knowing whether or not you're going to come into a game. Yeah.
It's probably a little nerve-wracking to be just kind of thrown in there.
I can't imagine it's the most fun thing in the world. But, at least you're getting some playing time in a varsity sport. So, I mean, no complaints. I'm sure some of these younger players just looking to get some experience. Either way, Seeger going to watch ball one go by there. A little high and inside. Looked like a fastball coming in there. And it seems Ray has thrown a little two-seam that breaks towards the inside edge a few times here. And we are going to see how that progresses. 1-0 on the way. That one a little bit high as well, so now 2-0. We know if Seeger is able to get on base, he can certainly move around, and we know Proctor able to make good enough contact to get him moving around if worst comes to worse.
Got a foul ball by Seeger.
I think he was a little bit early on that one. Just popped it up back over our heads here. Didn't hear any crashes or bangs, so hopefully...
Or screams.
Or screams. Screams also not a good thing whenever a foul ball comes behind you. So now 2-1 pitch here to Seeger. That one called ball three. Justifiably, it was definitely a little bit outside there. So now 3-1 here. Isaac Seeger looking to get on base. He could either watch ball four here, or he could definitely take a cut at one. I would not be surprised to see him do it. And he's going to foul that one off. Looked like he may have stepped out of that one a little bit. Didn't quite commit all the way to it. So now full count here for Seeger. One out on the board for the Fighting Tigers in the bottom of the third. Still sitting at a one-run deficit. has not been a lot of action offensively. I think the only two people we've had on base are Cameron Shaw and Cole Proctor. As Seeger going to watch ball 4 go by there, making him the third person to get on base for the Fighting Tigers. So Cole Proctor now steps up after, I believe, getting a base hit last time. Nice little line drive right down the line at second base. So 1 out on the board, runner on. Pretty good position for the Fighting Tigers here. Cole Proctor looking to get something in play and advance Seeger around.
Definitely looking to tie up with the Devils in this inning.
As Isaac Seeger currently on the season 15 for 15 on stolen bases, so I would not be surprised to watch him go. As I believe Proctor going to watch ball 1 go by there, so now 1-0 count for him. As the wind now picking up a good bit here in the commentary booth. Overall, very nice, relaxing win. I'm sure the athletes not the biggest fans of it, unless, of course, you are on the defensive side. Either way, 2-0 count now for Proctor. Is that one a little bit high? And Ray now throwing that high ball in there several times these last few plays. As let's see what we've got going on here. So currently, Owensboro is just coming off a loss yesterday at home to Bowling Green, 6-22 in 5 innings. So I'm sure not going to be particularly happy coming off that one. Probably looking for a little bit of revenge. But the game before that, which would have been on Thursday against McLean County, they won 5-0. So I'm sure not a lot of complaints there with that big win. And they've definitely had a tough season. They've played some good opponents, including 3 different games against teams from Indiana. So
wow,
that is a very interesting number. As, let's see, the Devils so far in their 24 games have given up 235 runs and scored 85. So I would say not the season they've been looking for so far. We know they can pick it up. And the Fighting Tigers, after that win against Edmondson yesterday, are now ranked at 4th in the 3rd region with a 17-9 record. So definitely some very good numbers for them.
That's good.
As Proctor going to foul that one off there. So now a 2-1 count for him. Definitely looking to get some runs on the board. As Fighting Tigers, after this game, will be playing Butler County at home. I believe that is Monday.
Yes.
And then also Grayson County at home, which will be Tuesday. And then they play at DeSales on the 27th. So we won't be there for that game, but we do have a couple more home baseball games that should hopefully be on Breck Live. And as for the softball schedule, I'm not for sure on that, but I am for sure that if there is one that I have the opportunity to commentate, I will certainly be there. Either way, Proctor's still sitting here with the 2-1. Going to foul off another one there.
Right at my face.
Yeah.
Didn't flinch this time.
I was going to say, I had one, wasn't even fouled off. It was just a wild pitch sitting over where you are right now that came right back at me. I cannot lie, that would make me jump a little bit.
Well, last game, whenever Shelby and I commentated, we both were like jumping out of our skin in every foul ball. So,
As Proctor going to go down looking at strike 3 there. I don't think he swung. It was an interesting pitch. Either way, Proctor going to go down on strike 3 there. So, 2 outs now on the board. Drew Harding stepping up to the plate for the Fighting Tigers. Again, 2 outs on the board. Isaac Seeger is going to go ahead and make his way on over to second after stealing the bag there. So 2 outs. Drew Harding looking to get something going for the Fighting Tigers. I believe he flew out over here in foul territory on his first at bat.
yes, pass ball.
That pitch going to get away from Hampton there, and that is going to advance Seeger over to third. So anything in the field here for Drew Harding is what we are looking for. And a good hit would almost certainly score us a run. As 1 ball on the board here. Harding going to take a swing at that one. Looks like it jammed him up a little bit. He's going to foul it off behind him, so going to be called strike 1. Fighting Tigers still looking to get some runs going after a bit of a slow offensive start. I've had some runners on base, just haven't been able to move them around. If Seeger is left stranded on third here, that would definitely be unfortunate, particularly after leaving Cameron stranded on third there. In the bottom of the second is that one called strike 2, a little bit outside and high there, but is going to be called.
Harding is very picky with the pitches he likes. He knows what he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he's definitely not going to swing.
Pretty good eye for one that he could make good contact with. That's why I'd say his batting average is a fantastic number so far on the season. It's been a little bit slow for him recently at the plate, but still, like we said, 6 home runs on the season, so not bad at all for him. And we know, he also has 28 RBIs on the season, so that's the most of any Fighting Tiger. That's a fantastic number. And, going to go down swinging at strike 3 there. A little bit of a bat slam. I'm sure not the happiest after that one. So going to leave another runner stranded on third, the Fighting Tigers are. And we are now going to go into the top of the 4th. Still with a 1-run deficit as Logan Henning coming back out. And looks like he is looking to get a new ball here from the umpire. So I'm going to assume he is going to be staying on the mound. Not a lot to complain about from him. And Fighting Tigers still just looking to get things going offensively. It's been a pretty solid defensive game, I'd like to say. Pretty much every ground ball in the infield has been stopped. I don't think there's been an error other than maybe a couple of those line drives to right field, which those are
understandable.
Yeah, definitely going to be hard ones, particularly with how the ball can come off the grass out there sometimes. You never really know. And we are going to have to see what the Fighting Tigers can get done both offensively and defensively if they want to win this game over the Red Devils.
I'm seeing Zach Beecham actually coming in to play right field.
All right. So we're going to see how that development ends up playing out as we are more familiar with Beecham being out there in right field, maybe opting for a bit more experience with that call to move him out there. But again, we go into the top of the 4th here. Looks like we've got 4 batters out here for the Red Devils. Looking at these pitches. So let's see. I believe up first is it number 20 for the Red Devils. I am not for sure on that. I think it is 20, Kendrick Williams, but I'm not for sure on that order. We will have to see what comes up as Logan Henning still throwing some warm-up pitches here in the top of the 4th, and the Fighting Tigers looking to make this a competitive ball game, at least with how the scoreline reads so far. It has not been hasn't been the best at times, hasn't been the worst at times. It definitely haven't given up too much here, but have left a couple scoreable runs out there. And we're going to see how that continues to play out here in the top of the 4th, as indeed we do have Kendrick Williams coming up, batting .245 on the season. Red Devils still clinging on to that 1-run lead, as Williams going to foul that one off just around the third baseline there, as Cole Proctor was in position to field that one had it stayed in play. And he has done a fantastic job over there at third in these last few games of making sure to stop everything that comes his way. He's been making some fantastic plays over there in that third base position. So now an 0-1 count here, as Henning going to throw that one a little bit wild there, a little bit high and inside. It's now a 1-1 count for the young man here. Third pitch on the way. That one a breaking ball that nearly found its way into the strike zone, but was called.
Looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, was called ball 2. As it looks like it maybe just came in a tiny bit too high, at least for the umpire's eye. That one going to be fouled off. That one we may hear some crashes. I don't know. And nope, nothing too loud. No screams either. As not the worst display here on this at bat for Williams. So now a 2-2 count. Henning going to throw that one a little bit wide outside, and Harding not able to stop that one in front of him, but no runners on, so nobody hurt by that. Either way, full count now. As, again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Henning here throwing a little fastball into the inside corner, and that one is going to bounce over, so it's a ground rule double. That's only the second time I have seen it this season, And it has been in the last 2 games, as we saw that yesterday against Edmonson County. I'm trying to think. I think it was Cole Proctor who hit the ground rule double yesterday, as well as the grand slam yesterday. As Williams, they're going to pick that one up. Kind of have to stop and wonder. I believe, is the new field, you may know more about this than I do, is the new field at the high school going to have turf instead of grass?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
That does kind of make me wonder how the ball is going to react off of turf as opposed to how differently grass can be cut in the outfield. I don't know. I guess looks like we're going to have to see how that can go, as I believe the infield is mainly dirt, correct? Or it's mainly turf in the infield. My apologies. And then grass in the outfield. Okay.
Yes.
So my bad on that call. Either way, we are going to have to see how that ends up playing out. My apologies. So maybe going to get some different type of bounces in the infield than the Fighting Tigers are used to. Although I'm going to assume that's not quite ready yet by the end of the season. I don't think so.
No.
It's been delayed now several times, but it will be ready. Please be ready by next season. Otherwise, that would be quite possibly one of the greatest travesties of all time. Either way, 0-1 count here for, let's see, I believe we've got number 3, Dylan Blair, at the plate, as I believe he grounded out to third on his last at bat.
Showing the bunt.
So he shows bunt there. It looked like, did he not pull back there? I could not tell.
I don't think he did.
Okay. And it was kind of hard to tell. I don't even think he made contact with the ball, but so that's going to be strike 2 there for Blair. And we're now being told he fouled that one off. So 0-2 count now. As Henning going to step off here. Looking over there towards second. I can't really tell. It doesn't look like anybody's covering the bag. But just maybe eyeing the runner there to make sure he doesn't get too aggressive with the lead. So still 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, and that one is going to hit him. So getting ahead 0-2 in the count there, that is not the pitch you want to throw. So now 2 runners on. No outs on the board here. And the Devils definitely looking to extend this lead now with runner in scoring position, runner on first, and no outs on the board, as we've got coming up next, I believe, is it Brady Benjamin, number 9, yes? Batting .250 on the season for the Red Devils. As the wind now has completely dissipated. Nothing coming in through the windows after the
dramatic gust earlier.
Dramatic gusts earlier, as it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here for the Fighting Tigers. Looks like Jared Harned going to be taking the mound here, which he was over there at second, which is generally accepted as Logan's position, so I'm sure Logan going to move on back to second. And Jared going to take the mound now for the Fighting Tigers. We're going to have to see how that develops. Looks like he's throwing some fastballs in there. That one a little bit in the dirt, coming in about 72 miles per hour. One of the few perks of being down here, we've got the radar gun with us, so we can definitely look at the speed of pitches. Either way, runners on first and second, no outs on the board. Jared Harned stepping in here, trying to get something done. Looked like he tried to throw a little breaking ball there that a little bit too high. As Coach Bennett here, still, I guess, vibing with his infielders.
Just hanging out.
Yep. And we're going to see how this pitching change ends up playing out with these runners on base. Hopefully, Jared can pick up a few quick outs here to get the Tigers out of a bit of a sticky situation, as throwing some good, high-quality strikes right now, or what would be strikes where they throw into batters. And we are going to have to see how the Devils progress from here with Brady Benjamin up. Again, batting .250 on the season on only 8 at-bats, interestingly enough. So definitely a new face here for the Red Devils. And we will have to see what the Red Devils have in the bag if they want to get this one done. Jared Harned, his first pitch of the game. Looked like he squared up for the bunt there and tried to lay it down, but not quite in a position to get that done, so it's going to be strike one there for Benjamin. It's 0-1 now. Nice solid first pitch strike there for Jared Harned. The bunt is laid down. Harned's going to pick it up, makes the throw to first. So nice solid play there by Logan Henning to make the rotation over to first, since Burnett had to come in to help try and recover the bunt. But that is going to advance both runners to scoring position. So it's a nice solid sacrifice bunt there by Benjamin. As now stepping up for the Red Devils is Evan Hampton, who currently has 4 hits on 22 at-bats. As that one a little bit in the dirt there from Harned. Nice job, though, by Drew Harding to keep that one in front of him. He's going to call a quick little timeout here. Have a little discussion with Harned after that pitch. As Harding making his way all the way up to the mound here. And they are going to give this one a little chit-chat, as I'm sure is customary of some pitching changes and or some tough situations. Maybe trying to throw off any momentum that the Red Devils feel they may have here. So still 1-0 count. Harned back on the mound now. Harding moving back over towards the plate. Red Devils here looking to pick up some more runs and extend this lead with 2 runners in scoring position. 1-0 pitch on the way by Harned. That one called strike one. Little breaking ball on the inside edge there. So now 1-1 count. And that is a really solid recovery pitch there. As that one swing and a miss, and it's going to get by Harding, but very nice recovery play there. Third base runner. Don't know if he wasn't prepared to try and steal home or not, but either way, 1-2 count now. After that, swing and a miss there by Evan Hampton. And one more good strike here, and then one more good at bat for Harned pitching would get things done. As, that one nearly found the strike zone there.
Just a little low and inside, I think.
So going to be called ball 2. It's now 2-2 count here. 1 out on the board. Harned looking to throw one more good pitch. Looked like a little two-seam fastball in there that found the outside edge of the zone, so that's going to be called strike 3. And that is a fantastic pitch there by Harned. So one more good out would get them out of the sticky situation they have found themselves in. And who is it that we have up? Is it
Connor Hallmark, number 8.
All right, so I believe we found ourselves back at the top of the order here. As that one pulled hard, it's going to be fouled off down the third baseline.
Almost takes out their runner, number 20.
Yeah, that one nearly caught Williams there. Thankfully, no one injured by that one. So now an 0-1 count after that foul ball. Harned going to throw that one just a little bit outside and high there. So called ball 1, now a 1-1 count. Solid play there by Harding to catch that one. Tried to frame it, couldn't quite keep it in position for the umpire to be convinced.
Infield fly.
And that one going to be popped up in the infield. Isaac Seeger going to track it down. Catches that one, gets the Tigers out of a tough situation there in the top of the 4th, but very solid pitching performance there by Jared Harned. We now go into the middle of the 4th. We are going to take a quick break here before we enter into the bottom of the 4th, see if the Tigers can get things going with the bats once again. We will be there with you when it happens.
All right, so we are starting off bottom of the fourth with Eric Barr, number 24, up to bat.
Going to catch that one off an interesting spot of the bat. Is he going to make the first?
He made it.
Nice running play there by Eric Barr.
First pitch and a swing.
And I don't know where he caught that off the bat. Looked like just the very inside right above the grip as it came out of there with a ton of spin and did not fly anywhere. But he is going to make it over there to first base, and that is a very solid base hit for him.
That sends Jared Harnett, our junior, up to bat.
I'm sure Jared with a little bit of momentum following a very solid pitching performance there to get the Tigers out of a tough spot.
Showing the bunt.
Shows bunt and can't quite contact it to get Eric Barr moving around. So now 0-1 as we've got Wyatt Burnett coming up after this. Let's see what Jared can get done first, though. As we still do have Ray on the mound here, who again with that almost 13 ERA has yet to give up a run. Is Harnett going to lay down the bunt there? They are going to make the throw at first. It's a very solid recovery by Ray. Looked like Jared caught that just a little firmer than he would have liked to. Either way, it is going to advance Eric Barr to second, bringing up Wyatt Burnett. And we are going to see what Wyatt can do here. Currently still, again, batting that 225 number. And let us see if he can move Eric Barr around a little bit here. Fighting Tigers, again, still looking to pick up their first run of the game so far. It's been a little bit of a struggle. As first pitch going to be called ball one there. A little bit low.
Not seeing any Red Devils covering second base where Eric Barr stands.
So he can take a pretty sizable lead if he'd like to. Looks like the second baseman hitting his glove a little bit out there, trying to maybe be indicative of the fact Barr's taking a little bit of a lead out there. Either way, 2-0 count here for Burnett, so very solid eye so far to watch those first couple of pitches. And anything in the field here would be absolutely fantastic with Barr over there in scoring position. 2-0 pitch on the way. And I didn't see what that hit that it took that bounce. Thought for a second it hit Burnett, but it came off a little too hard to do that. As did it hit him?
Oh.
All right.
Did not know that happened.
Yeah. So I guess it hit his arm.
But he has to go back and bat? What is
Oh,
going
looks like it may have hit his hand, so they're going to call it a foul ball.
on?
Right there where the as that is considered an extension of the bat, so it's going to be called a foul ball. Looks like may have hit like right in this part of his hand, right in here. You guys can't really tell what I'm pointing at, right below the pinky. I could not see it all from my position because the umpire and Hampton were both blocking my view a little bit there. But yeah, so Burnett now sitting would be 2-1 count after unfortunate break there for him as he had leaned back from that one a little bit. And so it's going to be just a very odd strike one to have to take as something's certainly going on upstairs.
A lot of movement. A lot of chatter from our Breckinridge County fans as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're not particularly happy after that unfortunate break there for Wyatt Burnett. But hey, he's going to watch ball three. So now 3-1 count. And a ball here would put a couple runners on base. And that would not be the worst thing in the world for the Fighting Tigers. As, yep, ball four there. Called a little bit inside and high. So Burnett now making his way over to first. 2 runners on for the Fighting Tigers. Go-ahead run is now on first. Cameron Shaw, who was walked in his first at-bat, now stepping up to the plate for the Fighting Tigers.
Appears to be a little meeting for the Red Devils on the mound.
Indeed, they're doing a looks like they are reconvening to try and figure out a game plan to get themselves out of this one. In these moments, you kind of have to stop and wonder what exactly the coach is saying to his pitcher to try and get him to not necessarily like get it going, but to maybe provide some extra motivation. And looks like they're going to make a pitching change here. All right, I guess that's one way of motivating.
Yep.
Is to bring out a new pitcher. Looks like it is Will Hume, who I believe is a sophomore. I could be mistaken with that analysis, but I do know him from playing golf. No, he's an 8th grader, at least according to KHSA, which can be wrong sometimes. But no, registered as an 8th grader. I know him from playing some summer golf with him before. Very nice guy. Not a bad golfer either, so I'm going to see how that translates onto the baseball diamond. We're going to have to see what he can get done here, coming in with now what would be the second pitching change of the last inning for both teams, as we saw Jared Harned come in there in the top of the 4th. And now we've got Will Hume coming in here.
Solid 64 miles per hour on that warm-up pitch.
Couldn't really tell what kind of pitch it is. I guess we will have to find out based off the numbers from some of these other ones. That one's 72-mile-an-hour fastball there for sure. It's a little bit on the inside edge, and that one should just work fine. And we know how absolutely horrifying as a pitcher it is to face the one and only Cameron Shaw, as the odds
shaking in his boots out there.
Yeah, he's got to be absolutely trembling on the mound right now, knowing Cameron Shaw is coming out there with a approximately 25% chance to get walked every time he goes up there. Just outrageous numbers from the young man. And I don't know. Not really much else to say than that, as one out on the board here, runners on first and second. If Cameron is to indeed fulfill the prophecy and get walked here, it would fill the bases up and let Logan Henning come in here to get something done, as Hume coming into this one currently with an ERA of 7.8 on, let's see, 11 innings pitched. So it seems Owensboro has a couple pitchers more predominant that they've thrown in their lineup, which would be Ethan Gibson and Connor Hallmark. They've both thrown 36 and 32 innings respectively, and then everybody else has thrown 13 or less. So kind of just getting some interesting experience in for them, as it looks like they have maybe 10 pitchers they've had throw so far this season. As stepping up now, we've got Cameron Shaw, the senior, here with Eric Barr over there on second and Wyatt Burnett on first. So Hume looking to throw some good first pitches. Second baseman wander on over there, as Shaw going to square up to bunt, but pulls the bat back before it gets into the zone there. So going to be called ball one. So Hume definitely making to look some solid, looking to make some solid recovery plays, as currently 2 runners on base here. Only 1 out on the board, so it's going to have to be a very good pitching performance. As Shaw going to square up to bunt there. Looked like he may have fouled that one off.
Definitely a reach trying to bunt that ball.
Yeah. Looked like he was kind of taken off towards first already, as he was moving the bat around to get that one down.
Shaw looking for a call from third base coach Colton Masterson.
And he's giving him a signal. Not really sure what it means. Obviously, the whole purpose of the signal is to not be able to be easily interpreted by the other team. Either way, 1-1-1 on the scoreboard now. Shaw going to watch strike 2 go by there. So I'm sure we will not see him try to bunt one now with 2 strikes. And again, we've still got Burnett and Barr out there on first and second, as Hume taking a look on over there to second. Throwing a little breaking ball in there, 63 miles an hour, and that one's going to drop a little bit too high. It's now going to be called ball 2. Good eye by Cameron Shaw there.
Say Shaw is staying in that box. He's ready.
We know he wants to get on base. That is one of the things he does exceptionally well. So now the 2-2 pitch. Going to take a whack at that one. Going to foul it off over here, over our heads to the right. That one definitely got close to hitting some vehicles. It was right there in that wheelhouse. Either way, 2-2 count. Came over there towards the restroom building. So fouled off there pretty convincingly by Cameron Shaw. Decent contact. Just needs to get that one out there somewhere in the field. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss there by Shaw, as 75-mile-an-hour fastball there from Will Hume, as Logan Henning now steps up. Runners on first and second, 2 outs on the board. looking to still pick up some runs here for the Fighting Tigers as they have left runners stranded now several times in this game.
So desperately looking for a run on the board for the Tigers this inning.
As I think any sort of momentum would help out a lot here, as the wind now picking up once again. And Henning going to watch ball 1 go by there, a little low and outside. Would be interesting to see the weather predictions coming in for today, because the wind has changed thoroughly a few times here. So 1-0 count. Henning going to swing at that one, fouls it off down the third baseline. Baseman was not really shifted over much there to be able to recover that one if it slipped past him, but Henning not quite able to keep that one in play. Looked like he was maybe a little bit ahead on that one. Did not see the pitch speed on that, but a 1-1 count. Again, 2 outs on the board here. So Hume has done a pretty good job, at least in the one batter he has thrown against. That one going to be called ball 2, a little bit high there, as Logan Henning looking to make it on base here. And then, do you see who we've got in the on-deck circle?
That appears to be Luke Huddleston.
So he is staying in that bottom of the order position. As Henning going to foul that one off. It actually was hit in a very similar direction to a bird I saw flying in play. So I thought for a second that was the ball, but no. That one going to go over foul to the right there. Maybe a little bit behind on that one, but 2-2-2 on the scoreboard now. As Henning again, like we said, looking to get something in the field here. Get some runners moving around. And he's going to swing and a miss there at an absolutely horrendous pitch that was in the dirt. Bad throw comes into first, so he is going to advance. Eric Barr is going to come in to score. That was not
chaos.
At all a good pitch to swing at. I mean, it literally hit the ground. So would have been a strikeout, but Hampton not able to control that one, as again, it was not a good pitch. And Henning able to beat the throw over to first. Eric Barr comes around third and home plate, so now the Fighting Tigers going to be squaring this ball game back up. Score now 1-1 after a very solid break there, I would say. And I'm sure Hume cannot be happy after that one, as he was able to strike out the batter. Maybe not on the best pitch of all time, but then not quite corralled there by Hampton, the catcher. Or that, yeah, my apologies. Yes, that is Hampton. So Huddleston now stepping up in here. I'm going to watch strike one. That one, a pitch we've seen called a ball several times in this game. Has obviously a very fine line between ball and strike there in that corner. 0-1 count now for Huddleston.
We've got Burnett on second and Henning on first for the Tigers.
As that one going to be in the dirt. Burnett not quite able to make his way over to third off that pitch, but 1-1 now. And this is one of those really important moments as a pitcher where you really can't give too much up. And the wind, again, like we said, is picked back up here. Tiger Field, apologies for any issues that may be causing with the audio, as that pitch also going to slip past Hampton. Henning and Burnett both going to advance, so now 2 runners in scoring position, a 2-1 count. And we've got the top of the order coming back up here. Isaac Seeger, if Huddleston's able to make it to first.
Just need to survive and advance for Huddleston.
Indeed. So 2-1-2 on the scoreboard here. Will Hume looking to get something done at the mound.
Stop ball.
Pretty nice job containing that one there by Hampton, as that one, he kind of had to like dive on it a little bit to keep it in front of him. Still got between his legs a little bit, but 3-1 count now. If Huddleston's able to get on base here, it could be trouble for the Red Devils. So Hume definitely looking to throw a strike with this pitch. Looks like he's gotten the signal from his catcher. Looks like they're aiming for that outside edge. Going to swing and a miss at strike 2 there. That's definitely the pitch you want to swing at, though. That is 100% going to be a strike if you don't swing at it. So full count now. 2 outs on the board. This is a very important pitch right here for Will Hume and for Huddleston as well. That one in the dirt.
Ball 4.
Huddleston going to make his way over to first. Isaac Seeger steps up with the bases loaded here. Anything in the field going to score a runner here.
No pressure on Seeger to hit a home run or a grand slam, should
Yeah,
I say.
that certainly, wouldn't be the most exciting thing ever. Either way. I'm sure no one would be excited for a grand slam here.
I'm sure Coach Seeger is not fiending for a grand slam.
As that would be Isaac's 7th home run of the season were it to happen. Either way, bases loaded. He's going to watch ball 1 go by. A little breaking ball that got away from Hume there by a decent margin. And we've got Burnett, Henning, and Huddleston on 3rd, 2nd, and 1st respectively. Isaac Seeger here looking to get it done at the plate. 1-0 pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to shortstop who picks it up. And they are going to make the throw to 3rd. He drops it. And Henning now in a pickle. Oh my, this is just absolute chaos. And eventually they're going to make the tag on him. It looks like the 3rd baseman had dropped that one since they made the tag. The run still counts coming in, I think.
Yes.
So, okay.
I think
So they are going to pick up another run there, I believe. I could be mistaken with that analysis, but I believe the Fighting Tigers going to pick up a run there. Is if Henning would have just stopped at 3rd.
I think he rounded the bag thinking that he was out.
Yeah. That's what you kind of assume going in there, as the 3rd baseman looked like he had control of the ball. They called him safe, and then Henning went around a little too fast. If he would have taken off quicker from 3rd, he may have been able to make it home, but he just kind of stopped as if he was out. But, you can never give up on a play like that. Either way, 2-1 lead now for the Fighting Tigers as Cole Proctor now warming up on the mound.
Here we go. Round 3 of switching up these pitchers for the Tigers.
So this one we should see some interesting developments here going into the top of the 5th. Cole Proctor currently with a 2.6 ERA on the season, right there with Wyatt Burnett. They actually have Cole has a 2.59 ERA on 46 innings pitched. Wyatt has a 2.58 ERA on 35 innings pitched. So their ERAs within 100th of a run of each other. And then we've also got Isaac Seeger with a .9 ERA on 54 innings pitched. That is just outrageous numbers from him. And then every single Tiger that has been registered as pitching has an ERA below 3, which is so impressive. Those are just fantastic numbers from them. Logan hitting there had a couple unfortunate breaks, but they were able to not give up any runs other than 1 run in the top of the 2nd. And, I think it's been a fantastic performance by the Tigers so far. The offense has definitely been a little bit slow, but they were definitely getting into it there.
Yes.
As we're going to come back with Cole Proctor at the, beginning of the bottom of the 5th. But first we have to see what Cole Proctor can do at the top of the 5th on the mound.
We've got Caden Ray coming in for the Red Devils to lead us off the top of the 5th.
He is currently batting .278 on the season.
He's going to swing at that first ball, making strike 1.
So we are going to see what Proctor's got in him on the mound here. Well, we know what he's got in him. We're going to see how he performs here on the mound. So that is a nice little breaking ball in there. Going to find that bottom outside corner, called strike 2. That is just a really good pitch there. I'm sure it's got to be hard to adapt to all the different pitchers the Tigers can throw at you. As that one going to be fouled off there by Ray. Made some decent contact with it, though. As let's see, I believe we have Gibson coming up after Ray, if I'm not mistaken. Which Gibson actually has 17 RBIs on the season, so that's pretty impressive. As Proctor may have thought he got him there with that pitch, that outside corner, but it's going to be called ball 1 there. So I guess good eye by Ray. 1-2 pitch on the way, line drive to right field. Going to be picked up there.
Beecham's going to get that in to Logan Henning.
It's going to be a base hit after an unfortunate little turn of events there with the 0-2 start on the batter, but that is A-OK as long as we can pick up a few more outs here. But, of course, as I say that, we've got Ethan Gibson stepping up, who, as I just mentioned, has the most RBIs of any Red Devil with 17 and also has the highest batting average. So we're going to see what Cole Proctor can do here against him. Taking a slight little glance over there to first. As a little breaking ball there. Nearly caught the outside edge of the zone, but going to be called ball one. So the Fighting Tigers now looking to continue with the lead that they've now taken after the bottom of the fourth. Proctor going to make the throw over to Burnett at first. Gets it right to his glove, but not quite in a position to tag Ray as he made it back with a little bit of time. Ray with fantastic reaction timing there to be able to get back to the bag so readily. 1-0 pitch on the way. That one looked like it was right there on the edge of the zone, but called ball two. A little bit too low, according to our nice Mr. Umpire. So now 2-0 count. Proctor still giving him the eye over there at first. That one not entirely dissimilar to the first two pitches that we saw, but called strike one. And were you saying something there before that when I so rudely cut you off?
No, I was just going to say that the count was 2-0, and that was completely opposite to the first batter.
Yeah.
That's all I was going to say.
So maybe we will get the out here because we started off the other way. Hopefully that's how it works.
Let us hope.
Let us hope. As still 2-1 count here. Proctor going to throw back over to the bag at first. As Harding tries to frame that one. Can't quite convince the ump of that one, unfortunately. But now 3-1 with Gibson up there.
Harding with the head shake. Disappointed.
So Gibson yet to swing at one on this at-bat. Sitting here at 3-1. With Ray over there at first. That one called strike two, as I'm sure Harding and Proctor both very happy with both the framing operation and the pitching operation from one another. Again, a lot of chemistry there between those two. It's now a full count here, no outs on the board. Runner on first, Proctor going to throw back to the bag. Not a whole lot of reason not to there. Just making sure that Ray doesn't get himself too big of a lead. Still full count here. Pitch goes in. Runner makes his way to second. As going to be fouled off, so he's going to have to make his way back. So now we can certainly anticipate Ray trying to take off towards second here on this pitch, as we saw him trying to do it on the last pitch. So looks like maybe walking something off here. Hard to tell. Doing some sort of looking at maybe his shin there. As full count here for Cole Proctor against Ethan Gibson. Still straight into the wind, although it has once again died down a little bit here at Tiger Field. Full count pitch on the way. Still no outs on the board. That one fouled off. Couldn't really tell where it hit.
I think it may have hit home plate.
That was what I had guessed by the sound it made. So, still full count, following that foul ball from Gibson there, who has only been walked 5 times this season, interestingly enough, even with that incredible batting average and only swinging it a couple pitches in this at-bat. Proctor throwing back over there to first, as not quite enough time there to tag Caden Ray. But Ray did make a very solid recovery after being taken out there. As Gibson going to pop that one up. Harding going back for it. It's going to come out just a little too high.
It's going to land in our bleachers.
Was that one caught, I wonder?
It was not.
Either way, Drew Harding was certainly looking to catch it. Unfortunately, maybe a little bit over his head there, obviously. Going all the way out into the stands to catch one. Not exactly encouraged, but either way. 3-2 count here still. This now, I believe, a 7-pitch at bat for Gibson. Proctor going to step off the mound here. Let's see if he can pick up this first out of the top of the fifth. It's been a tough one so far. As a little fastball there to the inside corner. You saw Ray taking off once again from first.
Yeah. Getting those steps in.
Yeah, that's for sure. He's going to have absolutely no problem getting 10,000 steps in a day if Gibson keeps fouling these off. I mean, Let's see if Proctor can finally throw the pitch that'll retire him here. Again, full count pitch on the way. That one popped up, and that is coming right back towards us, I think. Looks like it is going to go over our heads. So still a full count now at a 9-pitch at bat here, which is not what you want if you're the Fighting Tigers, because, you know, having Cole Proctor with a really high pitch count on a couple innings pitched, I'm sure that's probably part of the reason they took Jared out after only 1 inning of recovery pitching, was to ensure that he didn't have to have too many rest days, because we've got, I believe, a somewhat busy schedule coming up this week.
Yes, very much busy.
With games Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So, oh, that is just unfortunate there. So after 10 pitches, Ethan Gibson walks his way on over to first there. So runners now on first and second. And that one's got to be a little bit disappointing as a pitcher there, knowing you threw so well in that at bat and just couldn't quite pick up the out. But can't really complain too much there. We know Gibson's a very high percentage batter. But I believe we now have Kimbrell up here for the Devils. But now runner in scoring position and one on first. No outs on the board thus far. Kimbrell swinging a miss at strike one there. I believe he also struck out on his second at bat.
Got Proctor coming up early in the count,
Which is something we certainly love to see, because that means he can let loose a little bit with some stuff deeper in his pitching arsenal. A 1 pitch on the way. That one finds the outside corner. That's a really nice little fastball in there, called strike 2.
Proctor definitely taking time to look over at the runner on second base.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want him advancing too fast. That would be less than ideal either way. 0-2 here. He's now gotten ahead. Swinging a miss there by Kimbrell. Going to pick up the first out of the inning. And that's a little bit of a momentum shift after a couple less than ideal at bats there for the Tigers defense. Either way, very solid first out. So now I believe we've got Elijah Hampton stepping up here. First pitch on the way from Proctor. That one called strike 1. No questions there. Finds that low outside corner, called strike 1. And now I think Proctor's really starting to get a little bit happier, more comfortable on the mound after that strikeout. Is that one going to be popped up right center? Beecham coming in to get it. Catches that one with time to spare. Makes the throw on over to Seeger at second. That's going to hold both runners. And that is exactly what you want to see if you're the Tigers. A couple quick outs there in just 5 pitches. And now let's see what Proctor can get done here against Williams, who was left stranded on third after a ground rule double on his last at bat. Either way, 2 outs on the board now after allowing both those runners to get on base. Let's see what Cole Proctor can do here. That one a high fastball. That was 85 miles an hour there. Wow.
It's insane.
That ball had some heat on it. And I'm sure trying to make that adjustment from going against somebody like Logan Henning, who still has velocity, but my goodness, Cole Proctor is moving it right now. That one 86 miles an hour coming right at Williams there. Good eye.
Almost took out the kneecaps, but...
Yeah, that one nearly took out a couple of kneecaps for sure. So 2-0 count now for Proctor, who is throwing it with some gas on it, I would say. 2-0 count. He's still eyeing the runner at second. Fires that one in there, jams him up.
It's a real nasty pop-up.
And Proctor going to pick up the third out there, and wow, that is a very solid few at-bats to make those recoveries after really having a battle against those first batters. I mean, getting up 0-2 in the first at-bat and then having that line drive to right and then having to battle back against Gibson there, making it a full count, throwing 10 pitches against him just for him to eventually end up walking over to first. But picking up 3 in a row there to get the Fighting Tigers back into the dugout. Still maintaining their 2-1 lead. Looks like Will Hume going to stay on the mound here And we are going to have to see if the Fighting Tigers can keep the bats moving here. And on a fantastic day such as today, you have to stop and wonder. I'm sure, given it is Saturday, summer starting up, I'm sure people may be having some cookouts. Oh. You had talked about the school barbecue earlier. What would you say that the ideal cookout food is, or what is the best food at a cookout?
All right. Grilled hot dogs, but you got to spiral them. You got to cut them up.
Uh-huh.
That beautiful spiral. Put a little barbecue on them. Put them on the grill. And also hamburgers. Mm-hmm. Preferably, actually, cheeseburgers, also with barbecue sauce. Makes
sense. Barbecue sauce, I feel like, is just a staple at a cookout, even if it's not put onto barbecue. But, yeah, good stuff there. Very interesting ingredient list. Actually not nearly as unhealthy as you would think for being as tasty as it is. But, yeah. Personally, at a good cookout, I absolutely love watermelon. I don't know about you.
Watermelon's the best.
Watermelon is delicious. Either way, we are going to step in here. Will Hume still on the mound for the Red Devils. Cole Proctor stepping in here after a very solid inning pitching there against the Red Devils. Now going to try and get the bat going here as he has found, I believe, first base on his first at bat, and then I can't quite recall what he did on a second one, but we're going to have to see what he does here. Now in the bottom of the fifth, Tigers looking to extend the lead a little bit.
Proctor's definitely one to keep the momentum up and to encourage his teammates throughout the entire game, no matter if they're down.
Yeah. He has a ton of energy as a player. I mean, the enthusiasm is definitely there for him. You can see him constantly active, always looking to keep the team morale up a lot. So the 1-0 pitch on the way here for Hume. Proctor drills that one right into the gap. It's going to pick up a nice single there. And that is exactly the start we needed.
Yes.
As Cole Proctor there with a nice base hit. Now Drew Harding steps up. And I'm sure his momentum as well. I'm sure he's pretty amped up after a solid finish there to a few unfortunate at-bats in the top of the fifth. So now we will have to see if the bats can continue to roll here for the Fighting Tigers after just a 2-pitch at-bat for Cole Proctor there. So let's see what Harding, the senior, has in the bag here. First pitch on the way. He is going to watch that one. It is ball one, a little low and outside. And we know, as you mentioned earlier, Drew has a fantastic eye at the plate. He is not going to swing at anything that he doesn't like. Proctor taking a decently sized lead off first there. Hume showing a lot of hesitance to throw to the bag as Harding going to watch strike two go by there. That one looked a little bit outside, but not the worst one to watch go by. So now 1-1 count for Harding.
Not too happy about that one.
Yeah.
Seen an eye roll, I think.
Yeah, he is definitely somebody who I guess I think the phrase is wears his emotions on his sleeve. Kind of shows how he's feeling a lot out there on the diamond.
Yes.
And no problems with that.
No.
I mean, very upfront about what he thinks about a call.
This man is passionate.
That is true. You can definitely see that in him. As Proctor, taking that sizable lead off first, they just made the throw over there. Going to make another one. And he is there with a little bit of time to spare. As still 1-1 count here for Drew Harding. As Hume now making a couple throws over to the bag at first. Proctor, not decreasing the size of his lead over there, has kept his foot planted in pretty much the same spot every time. Hume going to fire another one over there, and I don't know. I feel like if they keep throwing him over there, it's inevitable that either he's going to get tagged out or they're going to make a wild throw, and he's going to be able to make it to second. But
that throw was almost wild in itself. It was first baseman had to jump for it.
And I think first baseman had a little bit of an advantage there as he is left-handed. Cole Proctor going to slide in there and make it to second. But as I was saying, first baseman, I think, maybe at a little bit of an advantage having that having the glove on the right hand there. I feel like you can kind of throw to it a little bit better and be in a position to tag quicker. But I don't know. That's just me speculating. I'm not actually sure. But Harding there going to watch strike two go by. Proctor going to advance to second. And now I'm sure with 2 strikes on him, Harding maybe opting to swing at one here. And we know if he can contact one into a good position, it could certainly bring Cole Proctor around. Swing and a miss there at that curveball, 66 miles an hour. And I'm sure Harding not the happiest after that strikeout. It's been a tough few games here for Drew. He's
Yes.
the bat's been a little bit slow for him recently after a very solid start to the season, but I'm sure he will pick it up in time for the postseason tournament. So now Eric Barr steps up after a interestingly hit little jammed up pitch to get him to first last time, as he's going to watch a little two-seam fastball strike one go by there.
We've got Proctor in scoring position out on second base. Pretty big lead.
And we know if Proctor's got a big lead, almost anything in the field might get him home here. If it's hit hard enough, as Barr going to check the swing there. Looks like they are going to allow that one as a ball. So 1-1 count. So we are going to see now what Eric Barr can get done at the plate. 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. As Cole Proctor going to run on over to third. Going to stay standing up as Hampton had some trouble recovering that one.
Definitely no need to slide on that ball.
Yeah. Although we know Proctor loves to slide.
He does. White jersey's no longer white.
Yeah. That's a trend we see a lot for several of these Tigers. As let's check that number really quick. Yeah, Cole Proctor has now 13 stolen bases on the season on 14 attempts, so not bad at all for him. So again, 2-1 count here for Barr. Going to watch ball 3 go by, that one inside. So now 3-1 count here for Eric Barr, the senior. And then next up, of course, we've got Jared Harned coming back. And we are going to have to see what happens next. Wow, that's a nice little breaking ball in there. Going to find the outside corner as that one dropped out of the sky. So now a full count here for Barr, who's looking to get on base. I am sure about that. Oh,
Nice
he's going to rip.
hit.
He's going to rip that one left center. Looks like left fielder can't corral it. So Barr's going to get extra bases. Cole Proctor's going to come in. And that is a fantastic hit there by Eric Barr. Even with that little bit of wind we've got going, that nearly crawled over the fence there.
So it may have even been a little bit beneficial to him.
Yeah. So that is really solid there. A nice double. A nice stand-up double for Eric Barr, that is. That ball massacred out there to left center. So now 1 out on the board. Jared Harned steps up, 1 runner in scoring position. Looks like they got some kind of meeting going on here. Catcher's not standing up there. And, all right.
Score is now 3-1 for the Tigers.
Yes. So looks like that was Evan Hampton, the second baseman there, having a little discussion there with Hume on the mound. So again, 1 out on the board. Jared Harned stepping in here. That one going to be popped up behind him. He took a cut at that one. If he's able to make some good contact with one with that sort of swing speed, it could be moving in a solid direction. So now 0-1 here for Harned, who is just looking to advance Eric Barr here. That one called strike 2. Hampton's going to drop it as Barr makes his way over to third. It looked like he was a little behind on his takeoff there, but he is going to make it to third as Hampton can't quite control that one. Harned going to watch strike 2 go by there. The breaking ball by Hume has done a fantastic job of finding the strike zone so far. 0-2 on the way. Harned going to watch that one go by. Nice job by Hampton to keep that one in front of him.
Say Barr stays put on third.
So Eric Barr, after stealing third, now has 12 stolen bases on the season. And him batting at that cleanup spot has done a very good job so far for the Fighting Tigers. It's Harned now 1-2. That one called ball 2, a little bit outside. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we just got Wyatt Burnett on deck coming in next for the Tigers.
That is correct, and we know Wyatt able to move the ball around as well in the field. It's the 2-2 pitch on the way here to Harned. That one in the dirt. So now it's full count. Harned been able to watch a few balls, so now it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2, and that is what you want to see. With the runner on third already scoring a run here in this inning. So the Fighting Tigers, again, looking to extend this lead a little bit more. Going into the top of the sixth. 3-2 on the way. Harned
It's a bomb.
hits that one hard left center. It is caught. And wow, that is going to hold Eric Barr at third there. I think he just got a little bit too far to try and tag up.
Yep.
Really solid play there by the center fielder to corral that one. And so that's unfortunate there for Jared Harned, who I think hit that ball very well. Just wasn't able to catch hold of it enough to keep it in a position to get on base. Either way, Wyatt Burnett now steps up. 2 outs on the board. Eric Barr over there on third. So Hume, I'm sure, a little bit happy after getting that out. And that pitch gets away from Hampton a little bit, but Barr not looking to steal there, as not quite far enough away to try and advance all the way home. So now 1-0 count here for Burnett. And line drive right down the line. Eric Barr is going to come in to score. So that's a very solid base hit there by Wyatt Burnett. Nice little single.
Perfectly timed by Burnett.
I mean, hits it dead center. Little line drive right at Hume there. As Cameron Shaw now steps up. Fighting Tigers now extend the lead to 4-1, I believe, following that RBI there by Wyatt Burnett. So Cameron Shaw now stepping in here. Looking to get on base after striking out in his first at bat against Hume. As that one in the dirt. It's called ball 1.
Hampton's doing a pretty good job of keeping the ball in front of him behind the plate.
Mm-hmm. He has done a very good job. As Hume throwing that breaking ball, it's ended up in some interesting spots, but Hampton's been able to use his body very well to keep the ball in front of him. That one going to be called ball 2, a little bit outside. So again, Burnett over there, just having some fun at first, not taking a gigantic lead. And Hume only giving him the eye a couple of times. Shaw going to pop that one up a little bit. Left fielder and shortstop both coming in to try and get it. Gibson eventually picks it up. So that is going to be third out of the inning, as Cameron Shaw going to go down on a pop fly there into the mid outfield area. So now Fighting Tigers looking to get it done defensively after they've extended the lead to 3. We go into the top of the 6th with them taking a little bit of an advantage. So far today we've talked about cookouts and favorite months and times of year and things. And well, it looks like we have Isaac Seeger coming in. But before that,
Let's forget about baseball for a second.
let's forget about baseball for a second. What would you say your favorite holiday is?
Oh, let me think.
Because I know a lot of people celebrate different holidays. For me personally, I think I would have to say Halloween is my personal favorite. I just think Halloween's a really fun one. And, I don't know. Not really a big party person. I just think it's enjoyable to get to see different people's different interpretations of things. But yeah.
Do you dress up for Halloween?
Occasionally, yes. Think I dressed up as... I'm sure are you familiar with the character of Slender Man?
I am very familiar.
All right, yeah. I did that last year for my Halloween costume. That was a good time in the pandemic to get that one going. How have you dressed up for Halloween in recent years?
Oh, probably one of the most memorable is when I dressed up as a robot.
Yeah.
And I wore a cardboard box spray painted like metallic silver.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a license plate that said Tivinator because that is my mom's vehicle name.
That is awesome.
So it was pretty legendary, let me tell you.
Yeah, that is a story we absolutely love to hear. Anything memorable like that as a kid, or just any fun like holiday stuff. I feel like those are some of the most nostalgic memories. Is again, like we mentioned, Isaac Seeger coming in now to relieve in the top of the 6th as I believe 1 ball, 1 strike on the board here for his first batter. And that's going to be a ground ball over there to Burnett.
Dylan Blair will be out at first.
I believe Blair may have grounded out in all 3 of his at-bats so far today. As, again, like we mentioned earlier, Isaac Seeger with a .91 ERA on the season. That is just crazy numbers from him. It seems like we're trying to rotate around pitchers a good bit so we can save some pitchers for the rest of the week. As checks the swing there. So I believe, is that Hallmark currently at the plate?
I think it's Brady Benjamin.
Yes, that is correct. My apologies. Either way, does that make it?
I think it's
2-0, yes. That was what I thought. As Benjamin going to pull that one. So Jared Harnett over there at third base now. Not quite able to pick it up while it was in play, but not really a ton of reason to be going after that one. So now I believe 2-1 count for Benjamin here. We're going to see what Isaac Seeger's throwing. That one way outside, but called strike 2. As that one 83-mile-an-hour fastball there. Now let's see what he can do here with the 2-2 pitch, and that one fouled off Benjamin about 8 miles behind that ball.
Also hits the umpire's chest.
Yeah, I think it may have hit Drew Harding and the umpire. As that was an interesting one. Looks like we've got some interesting guests joining us here in the commentary booth. As
couple of dudes.
Nice little strike 3 thrown there by Isaac Seeger. And nice little breaking ball catching the inside edge, swinging a miss there, is going to bring us up next to Evan Hampton. So now 2 outs on the board, no runners on. And this right here you can see is why Isaac Seeger's ERA is so low. I mean, just they're not even having any plays so far to make other than the stop at first, and that was just a routine ground ball there. Swing and a miss, 84-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, it's like, goodness.
Definitely a change in pace for all of the Devils to come up and bat. You've got almost a different pitcher every inning, it feels like.
There's another swing and a miss. So that one going to be a couple of strikeouts and a ground out for Isaac Seeger. And that is exactly what you wanted to see, as the Red Devils now only have one more set of at-bats to try and get this one done. Fighting Tigers looking to keep the momentum going their way. As not sure exactly where we are in the lineup. I'm trying to think. Cam was our last out, so I believe we should see Logan Henning coming up next.
Yes, Logan, and then Huddleston if he's still chilling out in that DH spot.
Heck yeah, and we are going to have to see what developments we can expect next as we go into the bottom of the 6th here, and they've got a pitching change
this
now.
Looks like a new one.
As who do we have now in here?
Trevor DeLacy?
Indeed.
Appears to be an 8th grader.
Yeah, Trevor DeLacy, you say 8th grader, and 6.5 ERA, so really not bad at that age. So this is now the second 8th grader we have faced on the mound for the Fighting Tigers, as we just had Will Hume there in that position, and now, as we say, Trevor DeLacy coming in. Only 10 innings pitched on the season, but looking to get something going here.
The Devils overall appeared to have a really young season. Looking at most of their rosters, either like 7th grade to freshman.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you know that means they're going to have some really good team chemistry and experience, though, in these next few years. That's one of the things about a rebuilding period is once you get back to that peak performance capability, your team's going to be looking really solid. And the Red Devils here are going to have to make some solid defensive plays if they want to finish it off here. This is a good spot to try and make some defensive recoveries here at the bottom of the order, but that does not mean these batters cannot get on base. I mean, we saw both Henning and Huddleston, I believe, get on base in their last at-bats.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what they can get done here. And not really much to say other than that. Should be looking good here. Going into the bottom of the 6th, if the Fighting Tigers can extend this lead just a little bit more, will pretty much be the ball game. But any more good pitching in the top of the 7th would also pretty much round this one off. We will have to see what happens as the wind has once again picked up here. Logan hitting, and a watch strike one go by there as that one pretty much right down the middle. Little two-seam fastball. Really solid pitch there from DeLacy. As hitting here, maybe looking to swing at one now. That one fouled off down the third baseline.
Almost like a little golf swing action, looked like. Kind of scooped it up.
That one was certainly an interesting contact, an interesting bit of contact there. So now hitting battle in an 0-2 count here. DeLacy, pretty solid start pitching. 0-2 pitch on the way. That one going to be called strike 3. As not really sure why Henning wasn't looking to swing at that one. It was right there in the zone, but that is A-OK. As it appears we still do indeed have Luke Huddleston up here in the DH spot, and he walked in his last at bat.
He watches that first ball go by, so it count as 1-0 to Huddleston.
You saw that one was a little bit high coming in there, so good eye to watch that one. Now the 1-0 pitch. That one's swing and a miss. Strike one. Not a terrible one to swing at. It was a little bit high, but I mean, took a decent cut at it. Just not quite able to make contact with it yet. It's 1-1 now with one out on the board after the strikeout from Logan Henning. And now 1-2 as looked like he'd maybe indicated he fouled that one off. A little hard to tell. Either way, strike two. So now 1-2 pitch on the way here from DeLacy. That one well high and inside there. So now 2-2.
Say we saw a duck from Huddleston. Try not to get hit with that one.
Yeah. That's generally a sign that it is not going to be a strike. Though yesterday we did see a couple people ducked away from that were called strikes. As Huddleston ducked away from that one and then took a swing at it as the first baseman going to have some trouble picking it up. Huddleston
turned on that speed real fast.
Yeah, he turned on the jets there to try and get to first with time to spare, but could not quite make it after first baseman going to bobble that one a little bit. So Isaac Seeger steps up now, 2 outs on the board. And this game could be over very soon if Seeger were to get out here and then some good pitching in the top of the 7th. But I don't want to jinx anything. We'll just have to see what happens. Isaac Seeger stepping up now. 2 outs on the board. That one going to be fouled off right here behind us. Going over towards the restroom building. It's 0-1 count here for the junior, who just put on a display pitching there in the top of the 6th. 0-1 on the way. That one in the dirt. So-called ball one. 1-1 count for Seeger, who has done a pretty solid job, I believe, at the plate so far today. I believe he had a little grounder into the gap in his last at bat. That one going to slip past Hampton there. So-called ball 2.
Seeger hanging out with a 2-1 count with 2 outs on the board.
Just trying to keep his eyes open to one he might swing at here, but still make sure to watch anything that gets a little too crazy. For example, that one.
She was crazy.
A little bit wacky there with that one. So now 3-1. I'm sure it's got to be intimidating to try and pitch to Isaac Seeger, especially knowing he can go deep with him. And pretty intimidating for him as well, as he's going to get walked over to first there. So now Cole Proctor steps up, who again had that grand slam and a ground rule double yesterday against the Wildcats. So this is another batter you definitely don't want to throw to sporadic. As we are going to have to see what Proctor can get done here.
Proctor looking to hit the ball.
Indeed. That is the objective for him here.
Yes, it is.
Although a sac fly here will not exactly contribute to the overall success, as 2 outs on the board. So, let's see what Cole Proctor can get done. They are going to make the throw over to first. Isaac Seeger takes off towards second. Is he going to beat the throw? It's looking close, as it's going to slip by the second baseman there, but center fielder steps in to recover that one, I believe. So, Seeger going to stay at second, but very nice stolen base there for him. It looked like I think he would have beaten the throw, even if it had not come in a little bit off target. As Cole Proctor now facing the 1-0 count.
Seeger with a pretty good lead off of second.
And
Ooh,
Proctor going to
nice
rip that
hit.
one down the third base line. It's going to fall fair. Isaac Seeger going to come in to score. Cole Proctor rounding first, coming over to second. Nice little stand-up double there for Cole Proctor as that ball massacred down the third base line. That's going to be another RBI for him. As Isaac Seeger comes in to score now for the Fighting Tigers. So extending the lead to 5-1 as Drew Harding stepping up now. And we are going to see what he can get done as a few different walk-up songs coming on for him right now.
Say, heard a little bit of Wyatt Burnett's walk-up song, so.
Yeah. If only they had a professional such as you up there.
Well, I am worried about it.
I don't think you should be worried about it. Everything is going to be just fine.
6 innings of worrying about it. Here we are.
We have much more important matters, such as who will win this ball game.
True.
So either way, 0-1 count here for Drew Harding as he's going to watch strike one go by there. And again, Cole Proctor out there on second base. Harding going to be fly ball to center, and center fielder going to pick that one up nicely.
Yes, he's doing a little not running backwards, turn and run.
Yeah.
Caught it.
As that was Caden Ray there, I think, out there in center field. That's a very solid catch on very good contact from Drew Harding. I'm sure not particularly unhappy following that one. So I believe the Fighting Tigers going to take a 5-1 lead. After that, we are going to get involved here in the top of the 7th. Looks like Coach Seeger maybe going to stop and have a chat with the umpire here. And just a little bit. Either way, looking good here coming into the top of the 7th. Fighting Tigers with a 4-run lead. Just going to have to close things out. Let's see who we've got on the mound. It looks like it's going to remain to be Isaac Seeger, who just came in to run for the Fighting Tigers. And undeniably has some prowess on the mound. Did not give up any hits on his pitching in the top of the 6th and picked up 2 strikeouts. So, I mean, just absolute monster at the mound, and no questions about that. We're going to have to see what he can get done here at the top of the 7th. We got a little Neil Diamond going here
I know.
in the background.
I was waiting to talk about Sweet Caroline.
This one definitely a ballpark classic. As would you want to sing the song?
I don't think I would.
You don't want to?
Would
All
you?
right. No. I think I'm also gonna have to pass on that.
Oh, maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. We'll have to see on that. Either way, definitely a ballpark classic. This is one you hear a lot, along with center field.
Put me in, coach.
That one also well known by all of us here at Breck Live, as we've got Isaac Seeger at the mound once again, looking to close things off in the top of the 7th here, as anything less than 4 runs would finish it off here. So let us hope he does not allow 4. First pitch on the way. That one, 82-mile-an-hour fastball. A little bit high, called ball 1. Second pitch on the way.
Perfect, literally.
Yeah, fires another fastball in there, pretty much right down the middle of the zone, called strike 1. So let's see what Isaac's got in the bag here. Another fastball right down the middle there. That one fouled off down the right side. And let's see, I believe we have Connor Hallmark here. So, I mean, top of the order for the Red Devils. This is who you want at the plate if you want to try and make a recovery. 1-2 pitch on the way. Harding looking towards that outside edge. Logan Henning going to pick up the ground ball. Fires to Burnett at first. He picks it up. Going to be out number 1. Couple more of those, and this one will be over, as now we've got Caden Ray stepping up here for the Red Devils, as the Fighting Tigers defensively doing a fantastic job here so far, and looking to continue that trend, as have only given up 1 run in this game, and not really a lot of defensive blunders. We had a few yesterday, but not a lot so far today. As looks like maybe a little off-speed pitch there, as Ray going to get a little bit ahead of that one. So Seeger now getting ahead once again in a count here. 0-1 on the way. That one a breaking ball that just didn't quite drop enough. 67 miles an hour there. It's a 1-1 count now. Seeger fires a fastball in there. That one going to be popped up and fouled off hard to the right.
He's got to battle. Stay in that box.
Yeah, having to recover 4 runs, having a 1-2 count with 1 out on the board, this is not the position you want to find yourself in for the Red Devils. And wow, that breaking ball caught Ray horrendously. I mean, that was a swing and a miss there, and I mean, not even close to contacting the ball on that one. That is a fantastic pitch from Isaac Seeger.
It's easily 2 outs for the Tigers in the top of the 7th inning.
So this could be the last shot here for the Red Devils. Ethan Gibson, the senior, stepping in here with 2 outs on the board. Looks like timeout called.
Drew is looking for a pitching sign from the coaches over there.
Inside fastball there from Isaac Seeger, 83 miles an hour. And he is looking to keep that ERA under 1. Has had no difficulties with it so far in this game. Oh, my.
This is insane.
A little breaking ball thrown in there. Isaac Seeger looking for another strikeout here, as this would be his 4th of the game if he's able to get him here. As that pitch came in so hard, Drew Harding didn't even have an opportunity to catch it.
No, I think Drew's a little bit shocked by that one.
Yeah. Definitely caught him by surprise a little bit, as he was looking to catch it a little bit lower than it came in. It was looked like a fastball by the velocity that it came in at, but 1-2 count now for Ethan Gibson here, who has had a pretty solid time at the plate. He is also, I believe, one of the top pitchers for the Red Devils, yes, with a 2.3 ERA, so that is not bad at all for him. Either way, Isaac Seeger now, 1-2 count, has not thrown a lot of pitches here, looking to finish things off. Oh, wow, breaking ball strikes him out. As Ethan Gibson going to go down looking there, the Fighting Tigers going to take the win now. As Isaac Seeger with 4 strikeouts and 6 at-bats. What a performance from the man.
Wonderful job.
And we had 4 different pitchers come in for the Fighting Tigers, getting the job done, only giving up 1 run. And 5-1 win. The bats were definitely moving all around. I mean, no one in particular was having to do a lot of carrying, as they say. But the Fighting Tigers there taking a big win over the Red Devils of Owensboro. Things looked a little bit scary at one point, but the momentum did eventually shift, as did the wind a few times. But
yes, as it is shifting now.
Yes, it is indeed. Coming in very strong in this window here, but solid performance by the Tigers to get it done there. And way to get it done. Isaac Seeger on the mound there at the end, clutching up against the top of the order, giving up no hits in his time out there. And it has been a fantastic day for it. Thank you for joining me here in the commentary booth, Shelby. It was a very fun time. Do you have any additional commentary you'd like to add before we wrap this one up?
It was a wonderful time, and I just appreciate being here.
Oh, heck yeah. We appreciate having you here. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this broadcast. Any commentary on things we can adjust or change. We apologize for the camera angles. I don't know how the camera ended up turning out for the majority of the game. It was, I know, questionable at points. Either way, we are going to be seeing you, I believe. Is there any softball action coming up this week? Let's see, we've got 3 games coming up. We've got softball coming up Monday and baseball as well. All right, I know there's, I'm trying to think, judging by schedule, I believe we've got baseball coming up on Monday, I think.
We play Butler.
Baseball Monday, baseball Tuesday at home. We've got baseball away Thursday, so we won't be doing that. I'm not sure on softball. We'll figure that out. But either way, I believe softball Thursday. Okay. We are going to see you all, hopefully, it will be Monday against Butler County at home for the Fighting Tigers, as they have now continued on, I believe. Does that make it an 8-game win streak after wins over Edmondson and Owensboro? Either way, we will catch you all on Monday for some Fighting Tiger action.
It's also senior night, fun fact.
Yes, it is senior night, so, be there or be square, or in this case, diamond. Either way, hope you all enjoyed. As for Shelby and I here at Breck Live, we are signing off for the day. Everyone, have a good one.